development of the emergence of gender equality is undeniable, because in the beginning there was dissatisfaction of women with the rights they obtained. First appeared in Western countries such as America and Britain. But unfortunately, even today, the issue of gender equality is an issue whose discussion is still long, according to the current UN Secretary-General, Antonio Guterres. Because seeing half of the world's population are women, the UN itself considers that gender equality, in addition to being a basic human right, gender equality must also be carried out to create a peaceful society with the full potential of humans and also sustainable development. On its own dissemination, UN's support for women's rights began with the organization's founding charter, where Article 1 of the Charter states that, to achieve international cooperation in promoting and respect for human rights and fundamental freedoms for all people regardless of race, gender, language, or religion. In 1979, the UN Secretary-General also adopted the Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women, CEDAW. In 1980, at the Second World Conference on Women in Copenhagen, produced a program of action, stronger national measures to ensure women's ownership and control of property. Conference to review and appraise the achievement of the United Nations Decade for Women Equality was held in Nairobi in 1985. Beijing Conference on Women was held in 1995. In 2010 formed UN Women. Internationalization occurs because the UN focuses on global development in 17 Sustainable Development Goals, where women also have an important role to play. Goal 5 is gender equality, which needs to be guaranteed the rights of women throughout the world in depth. It was noted that 143 countries in the world guaranteed equality between men and women in their constitution in 2014. While there were 52 countries that did not contribute. The process of forming a movement that supports SDGs in the field of gender equality, one of which is the He for She Solidarity movement, formed by one UN entity, namely UN Women, whose goal is to provide a systematic approach and strategic platform that targets all people of any gender in every city, community, and various ages throughout the world. The goal is that global society can embrace and become agents of change in achieving gender equality in our lives. This solidarity movement was launched on the 20th of September 2014 by the then UN Secretary-General Ban Ki-moon and UN Women Global Goodwill Ambassador Emma Watson. In a speech conducted by Emma Watson as UN Women Ambassador in front of UN officials coinciding at the launch of the He for She campaign, the topic of the speech she delivered was gender inequality and the role of men and women, and how to deal with that. At this time, in the implementation of the movement, there were also several actors who had signed the He for She movement, such as Simon Pegg and others. Not only from the artist, several large companies and universities from various countries have signed the movement.
I was appointed 6 months ago, and the more I've spoken about feminism, the more I have realized that fighting for women's rights has too often become synonymous with man-hating. If there is one thing I know for certain, it is that this has to stop. For the record, feminism, by definition, is the belief that men and women should have equal rights and opportunities. It is the theory of the political, economic, and social equality of the sexes. I started questioning gender-based assumptions a long time ago. When I was 8, I was confused being called bossy because I wanted to direct the plays that we would put on for our parents, but the boys were not. When at 14, I started to be sexualized by certain elements of the media. When at 15, my girlfriends started dropping out of their beloved sports teams because they didn't want to appear muscly. When at 18, my male friends were unable to express their feelings. I decided that I was a feminist, and this seemed uncomplicated to me. But my recent research has shown me that feminism has become an unpopular word. Women are choosing not to identify as feminist. Apparently, I am among the ranks of women whose expressions are seen as too strong, too aggressive, isolating, and anti-men, unattractive even. Why has the word become such an uncomfortable one? I am from Britain, and I think it is right that I am paid the same as my male counterparts. I think it is right that I should be able to make decisions about my own body. I think it is right that women be involved on my behalf in the policies and the decisions that will affect my life. I think it is right that socially I am afforded the same respect as men. But sadly, I can say that there is no one country in the world where all women can expect to receive these rights. No country in the world can yet say that they have achieved gender equality. Thank you very, very much.
At this time, the He for She movement itself has been signed by several heads of state, one of which is the President of the Republic of Indonesia, namely AMIR, H. Joko Widodo. By signing the movement, it can be seen that the country has supported gender equality for daily life in every field and any aspect.